Hi everyone, it's Mickey from A Pretty Talent, where we use our God-given talents to make the world a pretty place. And I'm back with a second video in, what is this? Lesson number 7 of the art journaling workshop. And yes, let's turn our attention to the journal first. Now, I need to remove these pages. And then the watercolor paper, it's not going to happen because I've kind of changed the course a little bit. Okay, so these pages now need to be glued together. So let's start there before I do the removal. And I'm just going to use this. I want to glue a pocket, but first I want to glue these two pages together so that the pocket will be stronger, reinforced. And I'm just using white PVA glue, wood glue, paper glue, craft glue, whatever name you call it by, it's the same thing. It really is the same thing. Okay, you put that one there. And okay, glue that closed. This is going to be one side of my pocket, and the other side of the pocket, well, the other opposing pocket is going to be that side. Okay. Now, let me, no, I don't need to double this one up. Once I start gluing the tea bags, that's what's going to come here, onto this one will be reinforced in any case. And so if I double it up with another page, I'm really just going to create unnecessary extra bulk, and this is already a bulky journal, so we don't want to do that. Okay, so having said that, I can now remove this, and I can remove these pages. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4 in this journal. Now, why do I say in this journal? Because we're working around the pictures. There are pictures that I want to save and use and keep and retain, or whatever word you want to use. And so I'm looking out for those pictures. Right, so those are the pages I'm going to remove. Keep these aside. We always keep them. Right, that's going to be the pocket page. While I'm at it, I'm actually going to remove that because it's going to irritate me for no other reason. I'm going to glue a pocket on this side as well. And so I've put aside 1, 2, 3 pages again. Yes, so it's going to be the same thing. Same idea. A reinforced page. Wanting to save that picture. And glue that shut. This pocket also will be formed. Oh goodness, come on. Okay, let me just put my glue aside first. Now, you can decoupage with that same PVA glue. If you thin it, 1 part glue to 1 part water, more or less, but some glues are thicker, and you might be able to even work with 1 part glue, 2 parts water. Look at your glue itself, general rule of thumb, 1 to 1. But in any case, okay, that's kind of aside. Now, I want to start with the, let me leave that one there, I'm not going to bother with that one now. Okay, I want to start with the tea bags. I think in order to reinforce this, I'm going to start with tea bags down here, down the middle. Well, let's kind of see how they will work out. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. So 1 in the middle and 2 to the side, I think is more or less going to be the rhythm of this tea bag. Now the question is, I think for starters, I'm going to put some glue in the spine. Now the decoupage medium is going to glue this down in any case, but I want some extra glue down there, and that's why I do this. Okay. Wholly and completely unnecessary, just saying. Ish. And is the ish? Oh goodness. I haven't got my protective sheets in place. Here they are. Because when I decoupage, I need to make sure that nothing goes onto the next page, because it will stick it down. Will stick it down. Not might. Will. I did not make myself a thinned down glue mixture. I don't know, I was just a little over eager to start, I think. So I'm going to use my normal gel acrylic medium to do the decoupage with. But honestly, I'm going to stop the video after this and first of all go make myself a thinned down glue medium, because this is a bit wasteful, it's unnecessary. And I want to do the rest of them with the glue medium. This one as well, but I forgot. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We are simply putting down a line of glue or decoupage medium, acrylic gel medium, and then the double layer tea bag as is going to go on there. And I actually want to use some sort of, putting that one aside, is I want to go for one rooibos, red bush tea bag and one black tea bag, alternating. That way it's going to give me kind of like a checkered board effect. Okay, with that in place, I come in with my medium again. And I glue it down. And the same thing to that side. And the tea bags are, well, they're made to be absorbent. And so the double thickness isn't going to be a problem. Oh my goodness, just the angle at which I'm working is a bit of a problem here. Not humongous. Just slightly. Okay. That'll do it. You will also see some of the tea will be reactivated, and it becomes part of your scene here, and that's actually quite nice. Well, I like that. Okay, I'm going to re-wet this one just to make sure that it's there. Okay. Didn't go far enough. Okay, plain tea bag. Reed tea bag. Plain tea bag. I like this. I've done this on canvas, and I have no idea where that is. Maybe I've given it away, sold it. I can't remember what I've done with it. But it works brilliantly. It does make it a bit of a tricky surface to work on because it's uneven. But after creating this as a background surface, I then went and painted a center picture. It's a mixed media project, but with acrylics. Just painted a figure right in the middle of the canvas. There was a lady sitting at the table drinking tea. I thought that was cute. I'm looking for a red tea bag now. Here we go. Now I can actually halve these. Should I though? Let me not. Let me just let it hang over. And I will come and trim it afterwards. Red, plain, oh, I'm being pedantic with this red plain thing. It's unnecessary. It works out beautifully regardless. Even if you have a green tea bag which leaves barely any color at all, it will still work out beautifully. And reminds me of this joke I heard or read, I can't remember. So my apologies beforehand to the green tea lovers. I went through my green tea phase. Now I don't drink tea at all anymore. It's not green tea. It's not the fault of green tea. Nobody's at fault. It's the taste of coffee that is at fault. I love coffee. In any case, I used to be a tea drinker. And I went through a green tea phase. But that was then. Okay, so the joke that I heard or read or whatever it was is how can you ensure that people don't visit you again? Serve them green tea. That's a joke. Okay. Now, you have to understand how little a person likes green tea to come up with a joke like that, right? I think it is an acquired taste, like so many teas. As I said, I used to drink tea. Herbal teas, a lot of herbal teas. I loved my herbal teas as well. But a lot of them you need to get used to the taste. Chamomile is not something you drink the first time you go, oh, I like that. So it kind of depends, isn't it? Right. Last layer. Now I need a red. I'm kind of looking to put the slits in on the bottom, but honestly, I know from experience you will not even be able to see that slit once this is glued down and dried. And so I keep wondering to myself, why am I being so pedantic about something which I know full well is not going to be an issue? I can't, sometimes can't understand myself. I can't explain myself. It's as if I can't stop myself from doing it regardless. I don't know, honestly. I will say this, we have a bit of OCD running in the family lineage. Actual OCD, not this perfectionism thing that people suffer from and then blame it on OCD. OCD is an actual illness. And I don't suffer from OCD, don't get me wrong. But if I trace my family roots and I look at the behavior of people who died before I was even born, and what was said about them, I can honestly trace OCD in the family lineage. I refuse to accept it. I break the chains. But I think this is like the slightest sign of that. You know something doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter. You cannot. It's as if you physically cannot stop yourself from doing it in any case. And I'm not a perfectionist, so that's not to blame. Okay, any which how. This now, obviously, needs to be left to dry, and there is nothing I can do until it has done so. And so I'm going to go off and wash my brush and be back once this is dry, and I'll show you how to continue from there. So, see you just now. Okay, I've decided I was wrong. There is actually something I can show you how to do while we are waiting for the pages to dry, for the glue to dry. I honestly need to get a little bit more organized here. Okay, this was a little suddenly on me. Maybe I should have organized before I switched back on, but okay, here we go. Okay, so this is not my idea. This is something that I saw Natasha from Treasure Books do. I don't think it was one of her recent videos. I think it was one of the older videos. I can't recall. Anyways, I love watching those videos. I've got a couple of favorites that I follow. I think my ultimate favorites are Natasha from Treasure Books and Sasibo. Dragana from Sasibo. And yeah, any case. So here's something that Natasha did. And I've been wanting to do this for a while. And so this is a golden opportunity. And while I'm experimenting with it, I get to show you as well. So first off, we need to get an image from our shall we use this one? From our serviettes. Okay. Why not? Let me use this one. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to save this bottom for myself because I love that bottom. I'm also going to save this yellow because it actually works brilliantly when you just want a bit of color on a white background or something. Okay, so save that. This then is the image that we want to use. And now I'm going to come in with one of my aquash brushes, water brushes. And I am going to, oh my word, I need to give myself a bit more space here. I'm too close to the image. Okay. I'm going to just put some water around the image. And then very carefully, especially since I came so close to the image, I'm going to tear away the excess on the serviette. And that waterline, that's where your serviette wants to tear. That's why we put down the waterline. Let me be careful here. You can do this with normal paper as well, by the way. If you want a controlled tear line, like this is controlled, you just put down a line of water on your paper, and the paper will tear where it has been softened by the water. That I'm going to toss. That I'm not going to try and save. Okay, so now, according to Natasha, still no glue. Honestly, well, I haven't washed the brush because I just kind of decided that's what I want to do. This should work the same. So in any case, okay, on your plastic, you're going to glue the image. Oh, I hope I've got this right. Well, if I don't, we will soon learn. Okay, and another layer of glue. Honestly, okay, the piece of paper came off there. I'm just going to put it away. Right, another layer of glue. Then tea bags, but now single layer of tea bags. So let me get these that are easy to open. I think these were green tea, by the way. Oh, that is so close to a fit. Am I going to bother if I lose that? I'm not going to bother. You could just add some here at the bottom, another serviette, tea bag. But I'm not going to bother because that's not going to bug me in the least if that's not there. Okay, and then this comes over. Okay. And then she says she smushes it. Was it? I thought maybe I'm wrong about who did this. But I kind of thought it was Natasha. I should have checked, shouldn't I? Should have checked myself. Might have been Dragana. Might have been someone else for all I know. I'm now doubting my memory. I probably shouldn't. Okay, it's the first time I'm doing this, so let's see if it works. Okay. Just squish it up a bit. I want it to squish there at the top. Okay, I like that. So, now we leave it to dry. Now, there's a couple of other things that I can do. Or shall I just do a couple more of these? I don't know. Oh, this is such a nice image, isn't it? Why don't you use that? Do you that one as a whole? It should fit here, I think. If you can't remove the white backings, because I haven't said that, because I'm working with kind of leftover serviettes from another project. But if you can't remove the backings from the serviettes, because you have to work with only the one layer, right? Double layers doesn't work. Okay. Then you take a piece of sticky tape and just the white backings will come off so easily. Well, they're normally white. Not necessarily, but normally. Now, here's something else you can do here. Yeah, I'm sort of thinking, and I'm getting lost in thought as I'm thinking. My apologies. Let's stick with the same thing. Let's not go crazy. Not all serviettes are equally strong. I will say that. And so some serviettes will just sort of tear apart and you'll have to work way more carefully than I'm working with this one. But this one is very compliant, very easy to work with, and that's brilliant. Okay, so I've got more of these. I think they were green tea bags. I didn't do the research, but apparently these are the bio-disposable ones and the others are not. So these are the ecologically better tea bags to use. So that's not my main concern here. I'm not into recycling them. I'm into reusing them. I've got tea leaves falling on my project here, and I love that. It's going to give it some texture, some grain. I'm not going to try and brush it away. I'm just absolutely going to embrace that. Oh my goodness, stand still. I hope this works, but honestly if it doesn't, then I've wasted a quarter of a napkin, isn't it? It's not a biggie. It's really not. Okay, what am I doing? I don't even have a serviette there. I don't want to lose that, so I am... Oh, hang on. That didn't... Did you see how I just extended the tea bag by layering? You're going to see that line, but it won't bug. Unless you're even more pedantic than I am, that's not going to be an issue. Now this one I'm going to cut. And I'm going to layer like this. Okay. And that's just because I don't have a lot of these tea bags. I have a lot of the normal tea bags, but not a lot of these. So I'm a little bit wary of wasting what I have. And I don't want to come in with another tea bag because it's going to be a completely different shade. Lovely. I like that. I really like that. Oh, swoosh, smoosh, smoosh. I forgot the smooshing. Natasha, if it was Natasha, said it's not entirely necessary. Oh, maybe it was the zebra. I don't know, but in any case, whoever it was, I tried to give credit and now I'm just confused. Okay, anyways, doesn't matter. They said it's not entirely necessary to do the smooshing, but it does make it easier to lift. And so whatever makes life a little bit easier, I'll go by what the expert said, not by what I decided. Wow, it's really difficult to smoosh here on this side. I'm too close to the edge. I'm getting glue all over my fingers in the process, and I've been working so nice and clean up until this moment, which is a rare thing for me. I don't mind glue on my fingers, I'll just wash it off. This is a water-soluble glue. Oh, goodness. Nope. You know what? It's not going to smoosh at the top. It's not. It's just because of me. What else have I got here that we can very easily and quickly... Oh, what about this one? I just have this tiny piece here. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Let me show you what we do with this one. How about just a heart. Now you could cut this with scissors, but I kind of like the soft edges that the tearing will give you. Okay, that I'll throw away. Can I still squash this one in here? I'm going to. I'm just trying to maximize my space here. And by the way, this is a recycled plastic as well. It's it was packaging inside one of those old sewing patterns that I bought, and I just decided to go with it, to use it. Okay, so let me show you what I do now. I'm going to take one of these black tea ones. Where's my scissors? Where are my scissors? Speak proper English, shall we? Okay, and we want to open this tea bag now. You can work with double layers, but if you're going to work with double layers now, it is going to... Oh, there's some tea in here. Let me drop it there. Okay, if you're going to work with double layers now, it's not going to be as clear. Okay, it's going to take away from the clarity of your image. So I'm trying to sort of tear these away. I'll keep those because they're going to go off anyway. Ay, ay, ay. Just proper. Okay. I'm right on the edge again. Don't know how I'm going to smooch, but in any case. Right, let's do the same thing here. We're going to open it. Open it. Carefully. Okay, I want to take away this double edge. And, oh, come on. Sticking to my fingers. And I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm not going to do more than that. And you will see the image of the serviette will still be showing through. I'm going to smooch what I can, but I will not be able to smooch everything because I have gone way too close to the edges and to the other serviette again. Yeah, this side can lift a bit because it's got the double edge there. I'll probably tear that away after. Right. Let's see what else. Now, here's a serviette that, no, let's not do that one. Because I know it doesn't work nicely. It's a very soft serviette, so I'm going to leave it be. Okay. Here's another one that's really cute. I'm going to save as much as I can of that black border. I might as well save the words as well. And again, the white backing has already been removed because I'm working from a stash of serviettes that's that I've been using to journal with. It's convenient when that's the case, gotta be honest. Normally I sit here and struggle to get the white off until someone gave me that tip about the sticky tape, and I thought that was so neat. Very nice tip. All of these that I'm using here are expensive serviettes, really expensive serviettes, and very strong, very strong. You can immediately tell if a serviette has been created to withstand use by people. I'm just kind of bringing this in a bit because I kind of think I painted myself into a corner there. That was my leftover piece. As I'm opening this, there are again tea leaves falling onto my project, which I love. And be less pedantic about the edges this time. Let's see if I move it over just a little bit. Nope. I've got to put it down like that. I just want to sort of try and cover the image with a tea bag, and that's why I'm repositioning it. Now, let's see where we can get to with this one. You gotta come closer. My two ladies are way too close to each other. I made a mess up here. And I'm going to have to try and cope with it. Where's the opening? There. But I did make a mess up. And you see the tea? You can, if you wanted to, shake it out. I don't want to. I put it literally, it adds something to your project. So that's why I keep adding it to the project. Okay. Now, let me tear this one in half. Can you even still see what I'm doing here at the bottom? Good grief. Okay, see, this now is my problem. That girl and this girl, they have an overlap now. So I need to kind of... Now don't go overlapping with your heart now as well, gee, honestly. Okay, will you be able to handle that, my girl? You gonna be okay? Well, if you get stuck to each other, honestly, I'll just deal with it. Got some space here. But why don't I switch off? You don't have to watch me do this over and over and over again. I will come back and show you when everything's dry. Right, so this has now dried in the meantime, and time to put the experiment to the test. I am drinking a cup of coffee on the side because I've been going and going and going. Oh my goodness, this peels off so easily. It's incredible. Okay, not that particular one because the plastic is tearing. But if I just do it differently, yes. Oh, it's not the plastic. It's just the appearance of the glue that looks like plastic. This is just going to come off. Sweet. Sweet. Okay, I'm going to tear it here. I'll tear these apart just now. Hey, this one, yep, there it goes. You know, the best part of this is it actually comes clean off the plastic. So I thought the plastic would have to be tossed after this, but not even that. Look at that. Even this is useful again. This astounds me. Not that it matters that much. It was a recycle, but why not? Why not? Okay, here we go. So this is the glue. You can just tear it off. This is such a nice, strong, sturdy, and semi-transparent serviette now. Isn't that lovely? Oh my goodness, this is brilliant. Now, you can either, I'm just kind of tearing away this now, just to clean it up a bit. The idea here is that you can, my journal is wet, I can't pull it in. There must be something else I can pull in here. Look at this. Just this ticket stub book, okay? So, if I were to use this as a, okay, this is going to be stupid now, but okay, bear with me. If I wanted to use this as a pocket, this would be strong enough to use as a pocket. If I wanted to create with one of these smaller ones maybe, these ones I overlapped a bit because I actually want to cut these out. Now, seeing how nicely they come out, I think I'm just going to cut them apart. Let me tear this one off. Okay, so here you can see. If I were to create, can you see that it's transparent? I hope so. If I were to create a tag with a window, this could go in the window. This is lovely. These are absolutely fantastic. And I've got a whole host of them now. Here's my heart. I'd probably cut this one out, I don't know. It's interesting, it picked up the writing on the plastic bag. And I like it. I actually like it. I might actually use this side. Okay, anyways, there's all sorts of options. Now, I'm probably not going to use all of these in my journal. But I figured since we were working with mixed media and serviettes and tea bags, I might as well show you this trick as well. I've been meaning to get to it. This is where the two of them overlapped, and I tore this one when I wanted to loosen it. But I've been meaning to try my hand at this, and this was a golden opportunity to do so, and I figured why not share that idea with you guys as well. Here's the other lady. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. This one is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Well, they all are. And yeah, so I'm still waiting for the journal to dry completely, but where's the journal now? Just so you can see, this is now dry, or well, touch dry. Here where I put the extra glue, it is not. And that's a pity because of the length of time it takes, but it is still strengthening the journal, so I don't mind waiting for that to dry. But let's quickly show you what we can now do here. I am now simply going to trim away the excess here. And then do the same thing on this side. Just trim away that excess. I might even keep or toss, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it for the duration of this project and for this lesson. And if I haven't used it, then I'll toss it. Because at some point you need to decide not to keep everything. So here's something else you will see. When you work with tea bags, you will very often, more often than not, get the seepage of the tea through your page. If that's going to bug you, you need to bear that in mind. And have an extra page that you can then just stick over that or something. I don't mind that. I think it adds to the beauty of the journal. So I kind of like that's happened. Okay, so we can now do this. Remember we were creating pockets? So I can now create this pocket. Hang on, let me just think. That's the pocket, that's the pocket. Yes, before I do that, let me decide. Okay, let me just close my glue here. I kind of think that I would like to glue this to the page. No, not here. Not yet. I'm going to save that one. Okay, so having decided that, I am going to do this. Just a half a circle. This is going to be a top pocket. Just a half a circle there. And just sit there equal on this side as well, because this is also, oh, sorry, I'm getting in front of the camera because I'm trying to see what I'm doing. Okay, just a half a circle there as well. Okay, and then I am going to just glue the side and bottom to create the pocket, and on this side the same thing. Side and bottom to create the pocket. Now, okay. So those are my two pockets. Okay, and then I'll see you in the next video where I will finish this. Not the next video, just the next segment of this video where I will finish this. So until then. Okay, I'm back and our pages are finally dry, so I can continue with this. So what I have done is I've had this from one of the collages because these videos were not made in succession. So I will say this, that you will see me use something in one of the earlier videos which is still available in a later video. Because I was waiting for things to dry, I kind of worked with different parts of this lesson series at the same time. Okay, so this is a leftover piece from one of the collages, and it's just a blank piece of paper. And so I tore the edges, didn't even mind the little bit of writing that's left there. I could easily have removed it, but I didn't. And I wrote the verse for this page layout down here. Philippians 3 verse 17. Join together in following my example, brothers and sisters. And just as you have us as a model, keep your eyes on those who live as we do. And again, this is a passage that is so loaded, because this is someone who has such confidence in their own transformation to be more like Jesus that they are welcoming others to following their own example. It is a marvelous thing to have such confidence that you're not going to fail someone. But there's more to this. Just as you have us as a model, myself and whoever else then, right, from the writer's point of view, here's something you don't often see among spiritual leaders, which is, to me, a mark of a true Christian. And I'm just going to say it like that, because there's a whole lot of false apostles, false Christians, false prophets out there. And here's how you know the true one. The false one, let me start there, will always try to control their followers and keep their flock to themselves and set themselves up as the only word of truth, the only source of truth. But look at this verse. Keep your eyes on those who live as we do. This says, I am not the only one. We are not the only ones who know the truth. There are others. Find them, follow them as much as you follow us. Because you see, we're not followers of people. We can follow the examples of spiritual leaders, but we are essentially followers of Christ. And if our spiritual leaders are not true followers of Christ, then the control sets in. I love this passage. I don't know why this is not preached more often. But in any case, yes, I want to make this part of my layout, my spread. I've also, from the French encyclopedias, I've taken these two pictures. They were already cut out by scissors, so I didn't tear the sides. I would have preferred that on this specific layout, but all I've done now is to round the corners. So I want to incorporate these two, because this kind of talks to me about the Roman persecution and how it is met with love. And maybe I'm just reading into the pictures. I don't understand French, so I don't know what the actual story is in these pictures. But I'm also going to include this picture. Now this comes from the these moviegoer pages, the magazine pages for the moviegoer. So this must be a scene from some other movie, but I like this man crawling through the mud. And then I want to put this here, joined together in following my example, because in another picture found there, I have this picture of a woman helping that same man to stand and sort of carrying his burden for him at least part of the way, until of course he can stand on his own feet again. And that sort of speaks to the passage as well, doesn't it? And then I just need to finish it with something here, but let's start by doing that. Now, when I started out with this passage, with this page, I'd actually thought that I was going to do way more here than just paste down pictures. But it's been a long day, and I've been at this for a very long time. And honestly, this is all I still feel as if I have energy for. So I'm going to paste down pictures, because that's all I have the energy left for. I have to say this, my energy levels are not what I'm used to. I've had a bit of a, well, this is a bit personal. Well, I've started now, so I was a little ill. And it turns out I'm suffering from hypertension. So this is something new to me. It's not new in the family, but I've never suffered from hypertension. Now, what happened was that my nose started bleeding. Non-stop, literally. The one night I've recorded it for bleeding for 10 hours. And when I say bleeding, blood just literally streaming from it. Anything that I put in my nose to plug it it would just burst out because the stream of blood was so strong. It wouldn't stay in. And so after about a month or so of this, not constantly on off, well, 2-3 times a week, I finally caved and decided to go to the doctor. The doctor didn't understand, couldn't hear me. And honestly, I think because the hand of God was over me. I don't know that there's any other way of explaining it. I mean, I could see the amount of blood that I was losing, and I knew it had to be dangerous. But I didn't feel the effects of it. And so I went to the doctor, and she sort of thought, I was like, okay, whatever. Only when I went back and she ran the blood tests. Well, she did diagnose the hypertension and gave me medication for that or whatever. But she didn't understand about the nosebleeds, what I was saying about the bleeding. And when I went back, she ran some blood tests and called me up and said, you're actually severely anemic at this stage. And so she's put me on a course of, what is it? It's an iron deficiency, isn't it? So, tablets. Now, this again is something new to me. My energy levels are normally skyrocketing, and I don't quite know how to handle this new me that has such little energy. I'll wait it out. I don't like this edge, so I'm just tearing it off. I'll wait it out. This too shall pass. Quite sure. But in the meantime, I'm struggling with not being able to do as much as I'm used to being able to do. Let me just say that. That's what prompted this whole personal tirade. Is that I just don't have the energy that I'm used to having. Not at this point. I will have it again. I'm quite sure. That's not now. And that's why I'm sticking down pictures. What a long explanation for why I'm sticking down pictures. Now, I do like this. It's not that I don't. But, do you know what this is? This is foam rubber stickers. They have a whole lot of dimension which I don't really want in this journal. But I like them. I don't normally like these foam rubber ones. And for some reason, when I went to my stash to look for something, I saw this and it jumped out at me, and it just seems as if it needs to be on this page. You know what? I'm going to go with it. Why not? I will, however, not trust the glue on these things. That I won't do. I don't actually want this glue either. I am going to use this glue. Thinking to myself now, I hope this doesn't eat into the foam rubber. Only one way to find out. They're supposed to be sticky, but there's nothing sticky about this. Right. That is that. Now, let me just put the lid back on the glue. And then I can get back to this. Okay. I should be waiting for this to dry now. I've waited for things to dry all day long. I want to finish the pockets. Can I? Is there any way that I can do this? I think I might be able to. Knowing I shouldn't, but I'm going to try anyway, simply because I'm tired of waiting for things to dry. What if I put this here and turn the page over and then work with this? Okay, so I have started on the planning of these pages, and I thought I wanted to use these two. Now, even though there are pockets there, I just want to create these pockets as well. And what I like about this is, in the light of that passage there, of following my example and following the example of others, I kind of liked these two ladies. One absolutely weary and the other one still standing. And it kind of seems to me as if she's an earlier version of me saying to the current version of me, hang in there, hang in there. I don't know, maybe I'm just making that up. I'm not even going to cut these down. All I'm going to do is take my glue and this one I'm going to glue a little bit higher. And the reason for that is that I have torn this page a little bit. I'm going to put the glue there. And then I'm going to paste this in as a pocket. I don't have anything to go into the pocket currently. Do I? I guess, yes. I guess I could grab one of these. This is actually for my Believe journal. I'm not going to put it in just yet because the glue needs to dry, but I could put this in there, and what is lovely about this is that you'd be able to see this thing through the semi-transparent pocket. Now let me first work with this one. Oh goodness. This thing wants to close on me. On this side, do I need to cut it down? I'm not going to. I don't want even edges, and maybe that's just the way I feel tonight, but it is the way I feel tonight, so I'm not going to give it even edges. Okay, so this one I will make a top loading pocket. And let me close the glue first. And then bring this in here. Lay down flat. That will work perfectly. Okay, let's see what I've got to put in here. Then is oh wow, these happy girls are printables, but they were printed for the Bee Leaf journal. But I'll put this gal, yeah, she goes well with the other girls, doesn't she? I like that. Okay, those two are fine. This one will still dry. Yeah, let me do that. Okay, so that would be the end of our second video in lesson 7. And I can then devote my full attention to lesson 3, or the third video of lesson 7, because this one is done. I just realized I haven't put a tab on lesson 7. I really need to put a tab here. Aside from that, I think this first video, no, second video, because the first video is in introduction. I think this one is finished, so I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys!